Hey Guardians, Ebontis here. Got the weekly update finally out today, a little bit late, but it's okay. And they're giving us information with regards to the light level increase to 400 and all the different ways we can get there. So the main one, as you guys would expect, is going to be the heroic mode of Wrath of the Machine. And this will go live at about 2 p.m. Pacific time. Now the reason it's later in the day is they're trying to give people a chance to download the patch, which is going to go live at about 10 a.m. Pacific time on Tuesday, October 18th. So Tuesday, as usual, the patch will go live at your typical Iron Banner start time, as it usually would. And then 4 hours later, the heroic mode will start being active, so people can start trying to kick the doors down on that one. We'll see if it's any difficult. I think people are already going to be fairly high level in the first place, so I don't expect it to be all that difficult for people. If people get gear throughout the raid, and the people who are trying to get the fastest one, they're probably almost 388 or 389 already. So we'll see how long that takes people to complete. Outside of the raid itself, which you know is going to drop 400 light level gear, that's going to be the main big place to get your stuff. There's still going to be other places to get your light level 400 if you can't, find a grade group, or you're just not ready for heroic mode, whatever it may be. So strike hordes at the end of the heroic strikes and the regular strikes. Anytime you open up that chest, it's going to be up to 400 light. Nightfalls have a chance to give you up to 400 light gear, or 20 strange coins, as they tended to give me. Exotic engrams are going to continue to decrypt higher and higher till you get up to 400 for a max. Trials of Osiris, the loot drops at the end of matches seem to be light sensitive, so now these are going to be bumped up to 400. Also, the Flawless Trials chest is going to be for sure up to 400. Crucible drops, the weapons that you usually get out of there randomly, and a couple other things are going to be up to 400. And Iron Banner, the plethora of loot that you get from that week of Crucible, is going to be up to 400 as well. So plenty of options, especially if you can wait about a month for the next Iron Banner. You're going to have plenty of ways to get your light level up to 400. A couple other things for 400. Artifacts and ghosts. Many of you guys have issues with these, for sure. Everybody has had their bane with trying to get their one piece or the other. Artifacts and ghosts are now going to be added to Archon's Forge, and they're going to be dropping up to 400 light. So that's actually really cool, giving you more incentive to stay in there and farm that place to try and get those drops. Also, faction packages, say like Vanguard or Dead Orbit, New Monarchy, whatever you're going to do there, they have a chance to drop a ghost. Well, they've increased the chance of a ghost being dropped there, and those are going to be up to 400 as well. And then Eris Morn packages, which have a chance at artifacts, they've increased the chance at artifacts in those. So they're trying to give you a lot of options to get your light level up. Now, the other piece when it comes to Archon's Forge, they're saying Archon's Forge, the Heroic Siva Strike playlist, and Legendary engrams are going to provide gear up to 385. Now, I know there's specific sets that drop in Archon's Forge, like the Stellar Impact. I've gotten pieces of that for my Titan up to 365 in Archon's Forge. But I've also got class items from Archon's Forge that are like 384 and 385 when I'm sitting there at level cap right now. So I'm hoping those continue to drop. So you've got class items, ghosts, and artifacts fairly covered with Archon's Forge. And then you can use the rest of the game to level up all your typical weapons and armor. So if that continues, that will be really nice. As I said, 385 light for legendary engrams, so if you have any of those right now and you're not up to 385, save them. They're not going to be capped at 365 anymore. They're going to be more beneficial after Tuesday. Outside of that, rare engrams, your blue ones, if you're not up to, say, if you're at like 345 or 350 and you've got some blue engrams, start saving those up, because those will go up to 365 on Tuesday as well. And then the 320 difficulty playlist, the drops from there will be up to 365. All of the activities are going to stay the same, though. So heroic strikes are going to be 350. The normal ones are 320. Archon's Forge should be 320, 340, 360. All of that's going to stay the same except the Nightfall. The Nightfall will be increased from 360 to 380 light for difficulty. Now, it'd be nice if you actually for sure got like strange coins and a piece of gear that was up to 400, but for the time being, it's not changing. So we've got a lot of options. Everything's getting bumped a little bit to account for the max raid, or the heroic raid max light level that you can get up to 400 in there. Everything else is jumping up to compensate for that. So if you're getting engrams right now, it's later in the week, it's Friday, you've got Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, start saving those engrams depending on where you are in the light game. If you're at 385 at this point, there's not much point in saving legendaries. They're not going to get you any higher, but save those skeleton keys, save those, potentially like Nightfall rewards and things like that. If you can do the Shaxx quest, for example, it's going to give you stuff that's over as well. So if you haven't done the Shaxx quest yet, save that one and turn it in next week, because it does tend to actually change every week. And I think this week's Control, or Clash. But save that one, turn it in next week, and then you should be able to get that one and then another one if you work through a lot of Crucible, so you get a lot more rewards that way. So A lot of things that you can do, but yeah, outside of the Shaxx bounty, I don't think there's a whole lot that you can hold on to. If you're up to 385, if you're in that 365 to 385 range, save those legendary engrams. Do not decrypt them until next week. That's going to be very important. If you're below 365, save those blue engrams. Same principle there. But outside of the engrams itself that are going to change their light level that they're going to decrypt at, exotics, keep saving those. Don't blow through those. Check Xur. He does have gauntlet engrams that are current light levels, so buy a few of those with your strange coins so you can save some of those up for next week. And that should be mostly it for what to save. Legendary engrams, depending on your level. Rare engrams, depending on your level. Exotic engrams, pretty much always save those. You should be, if you're about 385, you may as well just save those to get that extra boost. And then outside of that, the Shaxx quest is about the only other one that I think you can save to carry over. So that's pretty much it, guys. Enjoy the rest of the weekend. 400 light levels coming, and apparently it's going to be coming probably fairly quickly for those of you that blow through the raid and then also do all these other things. If not, by the time Iron Banner comes out, if you're close to it, they're going to give you all the ridiculous amount of loot they did last time. So it probably won't be very hard to get close to 380, to get close to 400, I should say, if you're not there yet. So have a good week, guys. Enjoy the rest of yours, and I will talk to you guys soon. Have a good one. Bye.